Hi guys, in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create a German CV using lebenslauf.com. So lebenslauf.com is a website that belongs to Zing, and Zing is a professional network similar to LinkedIn, but Zing is based in Germany. It's a German professional network. Let's get into it. You visit lebenslauf.com. So, and then you click on Lebenslauf. Okay, you can accept or deny the cookies or just save this. And then I'll say Lebenslauf gestalten. And then this is the page where you create the CV. One of the first things you want to do is you want the CV to display in German, not English. So we click on Deutsch. So then on this side, you can see that it changed from, look again, from CV to Lebenslauf. That's the name of CV in German. So of course, one of the first things that you do is that you put your personal details. So you can decide to also upload a photo. So in this case, I'm going to upload a photo of myself. So I'll just pick one of the photos. Of course, you need to upload a professional photo, not one that looks like this. Or try to upload a professional photo. And then, of course, you try to like centralize the photo so that it fits for a CV. And then you save. So after saving, of course, you put your personal details. So for me, it's Isaac Kokumo. Oh, sorry. Isaac, that's like forename is first name. Nachname is Kokumo. Geburtsdatum, yeah, I'm going to make it hidden. So let's use, let me say 1203. Let's use 1990. Let's choose 1993. I'm not 1993, but just in this example, that's what we're going to use. And then Geburtsort Lagos, or you will say Kampala also, if that's where you were born, or you will say Delhi, yeah. And then of course you can type your address, but you do not have to type an address. In this case, you don't need one because your CV will probably be published, in different places depending on the strategy you're using to apply. So that's why I will say don't put your full address, but you can put your postcode. It's also not necessary. So one of the things you have to put definitely is the city where you live in. So for me, I'm going to put in Berlin, and then the country, Germany. Of course, you put your phone number if you have one. So let me just put a dummy phone number there. And then your email, maxmustermann@gmail.com. Let's assume that's my email. And then you go to the section Erfahrung. So when you're typing this, you have to type the most recent experience first. That's what comes first. The most recent experience is what comes first. So Erfahrung, in this case, it means experience. So we're going to put my most recent experience. Let's see. I am an IT administrator. Then my employer is Vic today. That's where I work. And then the industry where my company is, let's see, which industry are we in? It doesn't really matter so much. I'll say personal Dienstleistung. It's like HR services and things like that. Tätigkeitsfeld. The field I work is IT, and then your career level, I'm saying with work experience. And then when I started working here, let me put 01.09.2023 to, yeah, I currently work here. So I would say ich bin noch Teil des Teams. Like I'm still part of the team. If you want to put like the things you do there, for example, I'll say Erstellung von Kursen in Urdu. For example, I can say unterstützt von, sorry, von Kunden aus dem Ausland, like helping customers from outside of the country, which is Germany. I can say Kunden Beratung, like I'm giving like advice and support to customers. So you can add a new work experience again. So once you add a new work experience, it comes under it. So let me say here, network engineer, and then the company, I will say at Google, and then you put the industry and things like that, just like I did. This case is IT also, and then career level with work experience. I will say this one, let me say I ended it. When did I say I started the first one? So that was 2023. So I will say 31st of August 2023. I don't know if August has 31st, but I'm guessing so. And then you see the stuff here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I started it. Let me just assume 01.01.2022. Yeah. And then my after creating VLANs, let me say routing and switching, etc, and that's it for work experience. And now we come to the section for Ausbildung. Ausbildung is basically your educational background. So like I said, the most recent one comes first. So in this case, I talk about fast informatica für system integration. So I'm saying I did an Ausbildung as IT specialist for system integration, a computer specialist for system integration. And then the Hochschule, I went to, which school did I go to? Let me hide it as well. So I'm going to put, let me say, Albert Einstein Berufsschule. And then the Abschluss I got from there, of course, was IEK Abschluss, Fachinformatiker für Systemintegration. And then, yeah, I can just say Fizzy just so that it looks clean on this side. This is the preview of the things I've been doing. You would always see it on the left side, but you can also click on it just to view it very well to see how visible or like how it's going to show. And then when I started it, 01/08/20, let me say 2018, and then let's say I finished it in 31st of July 2022, for example. But make sure that there is no gap, between your CV. Like a CV is meant to show all the things you've done, from, let's say, your primary or from your primary school mostly, down to this current time. You don't have to put every single thing, but you need to put the experience that are relevant. Of course, the school part is relevant, but you can usually just start from your secondary school, depending on how much space you have on your CV then. So, and then of course I can decide to put now my secondary school. So let's say my secondary school, let's just say I did an A-level studies in my secondary school, and then the name of the school, let's just use this one. Afterwards, I got my A levels there. Then you can put the year 01. Let's assume um we already used 2018. So let me say 2000 and let's say 2006, for example, and then you say down to 0107 20 17. Let's just assume that that's the amount of time I spent in my high school. And then, of course, you put your primary school and so on and so forth. And then you also have to like include your skills, most importantly, you have to include your soft skills, in your CV. This is very, very important. So it's not just the IT skills you include, but also your soft skills. So for the soft skills, I have a couple of them here. For example, you can put learn Bereitschaft. The readiness to learn is Lernbereitschaft. Then you can put Verantwortungsbewusstsein is also one. Verantwortungsbewusstsein. It means you take responsibility. Zuverlässigkeit is reliability, that you're reliable. And then Hilfsbereitschaft is you are helpful. No, you're always ready to help. And then Freude and Kontakt mit Menschen. This one is saying like you like to help, you enjoy helping people. And then Selbstmanagement und Organisation. This one is saying that you can manage yourself and you're very organized. Let's say it's in that way. And then Kommunikationsfähigkeit. Yeah, ability to communicate. And then Teamfähigkeit. You're able to work in team. These are like soft skills. And of course, you can now, let's say, put IT skills. Let me say networking, for example, routing and switching. You can put Azure, Microsoft Azure. You can put Active Directory. Like you don't have to put these are like skills that I possess. So that's why I'm writing them here, and things like that. And then you can actually write a about me section about yourself. Just a short detail about yourself. You can write it here. But the good thing about this Zinc platform is that you can actually use AI to write it. So all the things you filled here, this AI thing is going to try to form a short about me text from it, but don't rely on it. I will not advise you to use this, but it can get you started. So that's why you can actually still use it. So let me click on you generate the text with AI. So it's saying I am an IT administrator at Vic today, and I bring a lot of experience in Kunde Betrayal, that's taking care of customer and support, then especially in international context. Before that, I was working as a network engineer at Google, where where I was able to develop my skills in routing and switching and network management. With my Bereitschaft, with my readiness to learn and my communication skills, I am pursuing the goal to find efficient solutions and also to take care of contact with humans and all that, So that's a very good one, actually. So if your CV is well written, then you would have a good text, generated for you. But this is just a sample one. And then, of course, you can change the design of the CV. I don't like the CV. I don't like it. So now I have to change the design. So for that, let's go through these things one by one. This is one format I could use. This one shows about me, shows my experience, my personal information, and then my educational background. Then this is also another format as well that is very, very nice. It puts my picture here, my name, my educational background, my experience, my skills, and then about me, Estonia. This is also another format again that you could use. Yeah, this one is good, but very boring. This one too is good, but very boring. Yeah, something like this is also not so bad. But it depends on you. But everything you're seeing on this page, it all passes as a German CV format. So you can actually use them. But I love this one. It's cool. Yeah, the only bad thing is the face curtain is on the other page, which is really bad. I don't like that. Like there's a way I usually edit it manually with my PDF editor, but you guys will not be able to do that. As if you're applying for an hospital, try to keep the CV just one page. Don't make it too long. You don't need a long CV. So try to put your stuff together. You don't have to write an about me section, but try to put your stuff together. So in this case, I'll just use this one because everything fits directly in this, except for my photo. It looks like this. So that's basically it. Yeah. So, and of course, you can download this as PDF. So you just have to come to this place. You click on Herunterladen, and then it's going to tell you to wait a while. Well, it said that's not working at the moment. I guess because I did not accept all the cookies. So, but we wait again. Okay, yeah, it's worked this time. And then Herunterladen. That's meant to save the CV. I say yes. And then I can open it up. Wow, this is the CV that I created. Yeah. Apart from this, I also offer professional CV and cover letter for you guys. So if you want to create a professional CV or you want someone to write a cover letter for you for your hospital, cover letter that will actually get you an hospital, you can reach out to me via my email to get started. And don't forget to like and share this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. See you in the next video.